Hey numbskulls! Welcome to a new Q&A video. Before we start, I just want to say that I took out a few questions from the community posts. There were some that were a little too risky for YouTube, and a lot of repeated questions too. Anyway, let's get started. Usis asked, what program do you use while composing your music? Additionally, do you play any instruments IRL? Surprisingly, I don't use something as advanced as, say, FL Studio for making music. I would buy it, but it's a little too pricey for me. I actually use the basic of the basics, Audacity. I started out by using it because it was free, but I eventually got so good at producing stuff on it that I thought I might as well keep using it. What I pretty much do is that I take drum loops and whatever bass or other instruments I need on my phone, and then I import those recordings onto Audacity. The next step in my process actually answers the next part of this question, which is, do I play any instruments? The answer is yes, I play the guitar, acoustic and electric. The next question is, why do you call yourself Skullianna? Is it a reference for skulls and punk imagery, or is there more to the name? You kind of answered your own question, because yeah, it is a reference to skulls and punk imagery, but also emo imagery. I've always admired the emo style and culture, so as a kid, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. But there's another cool little thing about this name. You see, my real name is Liana, so the name Skullianna is also a name pun. The next question is, what are some of your favorite VTubers? Some of my favorites would include the ones I featured in my lore video, so Shy Lily, Nanners, Cinder, Lucy Pyre, Bow, Project Melody, Megalodon VT, Silvervale, sorry about that, Fillion, and Numi. The last question says, high heels, yay or nay? I would say yay for the look. Dommy mommies wear them so well. But me personally, it's a nay. They're uncomfy and I just have trouble walking in them. Shade400 asks, what's your favorite 6-digit number? 414780. The next question is, will you do a video on why non-con is so popular in hentai? Probably not, but I guess it depends if I can write and censor everything well enough to fit with YouTube's guidelines. The last question is, do you have any fun collections, NSFW or otherwise? Oh yeah, of course. I have a small digital hentai collection saved on my phone, and degenerate anime figures that I proudly display in my room. Lukey HD asked, what toys and BDSM toys do you have? Too many for one girl, that's for sure. Blue Mario Media asked, what happened to your older videos? Okay, so I had to delete them because, those original videos got my channel terminated in the past, and YouTube wasn't specific about which ones were violating guidelines. So I had to delete them out of fear of getting terminated again. But don't worry, I plan to remake them with better writing and quality, and I also plan to post the original versions of those videos on my Patreon at some point. Scott Gastineau asked, how many people know Skullianna's secret identity? In other words, do your friends or family know about your VTubing? I like how you say secret identity. It makes me feel like a superhero. But I do have a small group of friends that know, and I recently told my family about what I do, so pretty much everyone that's close to me in my life knows about my VTubing. Lorax the Robot Monster asked, what's your persona sub-role? Brat, slave, damsel in distress, free use sub? I get that she likes being tied up or in tentacles, but why does that happen to her? This question is actually kind of hard to answer. The bottom line is that I just like making NSFW art of myself. I can't really answer this as if I'm playing a persona or a character online because I'm not playing a character. I'm just being myself for the most part. Nepgear009 asked, Ticklish? Yes, and I hate it. I don't like being tickled at all. I can't even go to the doctors without feeling like I'm getting tickled. Banhammer asked, why are torn stockings so hot? I think it's a similar reason to why they're attractive in the first place. You know, they're a tease. The rips and tears in stockings enhance the tease that much more. They just add more skin to focus on. I could be wrong though. Lee Taro asked, thoughts on Omorashi? I find it interesting how it's a thing. Okay, so this is a weird one. For those of you that don't know, Omorashi is the fetish of peeing yourself. I'd say I'm personally not into it. Fraxoni asked, what's your favorite toy? That's a tough one. I like Beyblades. I'm New Here asked, how many tiles are in your kitchen? Too many to count. What's your favorite bondage scenario? Kidnapping. What are your top 5 kinks? Let me think. So there's bondage, bondage, oh, and definitely bondage. Yeah, that's a good one. If you had the option of doing the deed for a whole day, which would you want? Daddy doms or mommy doms? Dommy moms. Robots in Distress asked, are you a guy using a voice changer? Aw, man, look, I'm so sorry to disappoint you, but no. They also asked, how many sex toys do you have? Too many for one girl. Are you truly horny 24/7? Nah, but I might as well be. How and when did you discover you have like 10 fetishes? Oh, good question. So, I actually answered this a few times in the Discord server. So, I was watching a romantic drama with my mom, and the love interest got kidnapped and tied. So, while she was struggling, I couldn't help but get turned on by it. And from that moment forward, I was a bondage addict. Resurrected Writer asked, will you ever think about live streaming? And if you do, will you keep it safe for work or keep things as pervy as they are? Yeah, I do plan to live stream eventually. I think I'm going to keep things pervy since that's just a part of my branding and personality. And at the same time, I'm still going to have safe for work streams. Him asked, how are babies made? We need to know. Okay, so you see, when a boy and a girl love each other very much, they have sex. Mami Miruku asked, if money wasn't an issue, what exactly would you put in your BDSM room? List everything. Oh, okay, so this is a big question. I definitely have a bondage cross, an assortment of all my toys, and every bondage machine known to man. It's really hard to answer this without showing anything, sorry. FPS Fanboy asked, do you plan to stream? And if yes, what kind of content are you going to stream mainly? Probably some work streams where I'm editing and working on some art stuff, and also doing some gaming. They also asked, do you smoke or vape? No, that's unhealthy. How long were you thinking of being a content creator? I want to keep this going for as long as I can. I'm just really passionate about making content with this brand, you know? Is this your first attempt? No, it's not. I had a channel before this one with over 1,000 subscribers. I got terminated with no clear reason why. Like, YouTube didn't specifically say, like, which one of my videos had a problem. And now I'm starting over, because I'm just that passionate about my craft. Also, this is more personal, but where do you work if you do? I work at my university as a Japanese and English writing tutor. I'm still a student, so I work part-time. What do you do for a living? Do you hate it or do you like it? I'd say that VTubing is what I do for a living. Like, I make more money from my actual job, sure, but VTubing is just such a time commitment that it might as well be my life. And I'd say I love it. It has its ups and downs, but I can live with it. What are your goals with VTubing? Honestly, I just want to have fun and be myself, you know? Do you have any artists you like? Both art and music. Alright, so let's see. We have Asakai Mochinu, Okunoha, Noyama Koto, Tori-san, Maguro Shining, and Monokano. As for music, I would just list it here, but I do have a public playlist of all of my favorite songs, both in English and Japanese. So, yeah, feel free to check that out if you want. What games do you play in your free time? What games did you enjoy the most recently? I love playing JRPGs, and the games I've been enjoying recently are Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Stellar Blade. Granted, Stellar Blade isn't a JRPG, but I wanted to try something new. Weekly Stars asked, what's better, ropes or chains? I'd say ropes, but that's just my preference. Omar asked, what possible things would you like to do if you had a partner? Oh man, this is a really good question. So, I think I would want to play with toys together. Like our Beyblades. You only have 1 week left to live. Out of pity, the world gives you all the money to do whatever you want, legal or illegal. What would you do? Okay, so I would want to hold a bondage convention with me as the main attraction, and I'd have a booth with interactivity. If you ever become famous enough that people would want to ask for your signature, what would be the thing that you want to sign on? Boobies, hands down. Can you give us an ara ara? Ara ara. On a dim note, what are some comments or DMs that you've got that you consider too weird even for you? No offense. Okay, so this is a crazy one. This was back when I had an Instagram, where I posted IRL pics and guitar videos, and I got DMs from creepy guys asking to have sex with me. And there was this one where a guy asked me to be his stepsister so I can help him if he's horny or something like that. It was really weird. These messages were very disturbing, and as you could probably guess, I also got dick pics, and it was especially disturbing because I was only 16 at the time, and yeah. So that's why I don't have an Instagram anymore. Snowy asked, how bratty are you? From 1 to 10. I'd say a solid 8. Like, I'm bratty, but I don't overdo it unless it's necessary for roleplay. Cerulean Surge asked, who was your biggest inspiration when becoming a VTuber? Weirdly enough, my inspiration for VTubing didn't just come from VTubers, it was also from emo YouTubers. Mainly Amber Caitlin Bale and Emmy Sakai. My style and writing were heavily based on these channels, and I just replaced emo with lewd all the time. And because lewd culture is to VTubing what emo culture is to parents, well, it's non-conforming, so it just fit with my brand and style. Gifted Brian asked, can you finish this video in the style of Phoenix Wright, please? That actually sounds pretty fun. Let's do it.
Objection! What is your favorite color, food, and vacation destination?
Orange, sushi, and Hawaii.
Who is your favorite adult actor or actress?
Christina Carter, specifically her older works and anything she's done with Bondage Cafe.
What is your favorite piece of media? Like TV shows, movies, books, games, and hentai.
Invader Zim for TV shows, movies, and books. Your neighborhood tentacle shop for hentai.
Objection!
Do an ada ada.
Ada ada.
iPhone or Android? Windows or Mac?
Android and Windows. Ubuntu is great too.
What do you study?
I'm an English writing major, and my minor is Japanese.
Did you have a look at that website I sent yet?
No.
Objection!
Is this getting annoying yet?
A little, but I'm having fun editing this, so it's fine.
Can I have a kiss?
Take that!
Whoa, so this was a long Q&A video. I have no idea how to end this, so bye.